It's only this guy, the prosecutor, that usually find it. There is no hope in this country. There is no hope. In this country, no hope. Whenever they got if the job does. You see, basically, our own is very simple. Why should children? Why should small children? Why should they spend 93 days in police custody when they should be in school? And the government can arrest 10, 12, 13-year-old and keep them in custody for 93 days. But the government has not been able to arrest Yabelo 6 months after. Is it not a parody of some sort that we have two separate countries? One country for the rich, one country for the poor.
They were kept at the Kuje Correctional Center and at the IRT, the notorious IRT at SAS Abattoir. IRT now, that is where they are. At SAS Abattoir. Now, this is the facility that has held our young children who should be in school that have been kept by this government over allegations of attempting to overthrow the president. The question now comes to how can a 12, 13, 14-year-old boy who is looking very frail and malnourished attempt to overthrow the president? That is a matter for another day. But we have filed an application contesting and challenging the powers of the courts to try these young persons. And this objection is founded on very solid foundation. The Constitution of Nigeria in Section 18 vests on the government the responsibility.
And why did they detain them for 3 months in the first place? They were supposed to charge them to court less than 24 or 48 hours after arrest. All this abuse of powers, why not use that energy to provide the basic needs of Nigerians? Nigerians wouldn't even bother who is in power, what they are doing, whether they are corrupt or not, if their basic needs are provided. But these people came and devalued their naira, which of course caused the high cost of living, which eventually threw millions more Nigerians into poverty. What do they expect Nigerians to do in this kind of situation? Because of their policies, companies are making massive losses. They are throwing more people into unemployment market. Many companies are closing down because the operating environment is very hostile. Even filling stations are closing shop. Yes, many of them do not have the capital to continue in business because of the huge jump in petrol price. One tanker that holds 33,000 liters used to cost about 7 million naira early last year. But today, it costs more than 35 million naira to order one petrol tanker. So you can understand how many people, thousands if not millions of people that will be thrown into the unemployment market when up to 10,000 filling stations close shop like they have announced.
I remember when I had an issue with my neighbor. So we went to call the police. And then the police came. They knocked at my door. That was around 5 p.m. in the evening. They knocked at my door and I opened. They showed me their ID card. They are from so-so police station and they want to invite me to their police station for some questionings. So I was like, what is happening? So I pick up my phone to make a call. One of them approached me and say, no need of making a call. Just come with us to the police station, write a statement over, the issue between you and your neighbor, and you can go. It wouldn't take up to 30 minutes. This was exactly what he told me, that it wouldn't take up to 30 minutes, that I'll be back. It's just, just a question and answer, and I'll write and come back. So I didn't make my call again. I followed them. And then when we get to the police station, they put me behind the bar. And the DPO went inside his office, locked up the door, and I was behind bars. And by then, they have collected my phone. I was behind bars for hours. Before I knew what was happening, I asked the policeman there, please, what is time? It was after 11 in the night. So I still stood there because at that time, there was nothing I can do. There was nothing, absolutely. The other policemen were just walking up and down. The DPO has gone inside his office and there was nothing I could do. So I was there. Eventually the DPO came out and then he called me. I went into his office. When I went into his office, I looked at the wall clock there. The time was after 3 a.m. After 3 a.m. That was when we started questioning and answer. And then before we finished, it was around 5. And so I slept in the police station that day. It was a terrible experience. Now, why did I say this story? Honestly speaking, as you can see, I'm speaking so gently. The information I wanted to bring to us earlier was, of course, you know that on the 5th of November, that is on Tuesday, just about 4 days to come, or 3 days to come, depending on when you are seeing this video, the US election will be held. And so, you know, as I promised us on this channel that I bring us information in and outside Nigeria, it's not just about Nigeria. So I have decided that I want to host somebody who lives in Europe, especially in US. All right. If you are living in US, please, I will want to host you on a live video so that we can discuss more about this, you know, coming US presidential election. All right. You can chat me on WhatsApp with this WhatsApp number. All right. Please, it will be a live video at your convenient time, please. At your convenient time, we fix a live video. All right. I mean, we can discuss about that. And of course, so many of my viewers and my subscribers will watch us live. So if you're interested, please chat me on this WhatsApp number here. All right.
Now this boy, 10 years old boy, right? Me and this boy they side set. Apparently, these are the boys that the Tinubu government arrested, that they were flying Russian flag. All these children where you see like this now, they go prison because they could not secure bail for them. They are going to the prison now. They could not secure bail for them. Now the question is this: what does this boy know about flag? This boy does not even have a basic education, let alone knowing that he flew a flag. So you are charging all these kids for treason. Me, I just came out of cell and I was with them. That's the previous part. This morning I was going to pee when I woke up. I was going to pee when I saw this boy. I was like, these boys are children. So now we came to court. They could not grant their bail. They have adjourned the case. So where are they going to sleep? They are going to sleep beside the cell again. And already they stayed for more than 90 days. Today is the 93rd day. 93 days for all the children seated everywhere. Today is the 93rd. This one boom. This one only. How much? Which food? This one only. See everybody. And all the way from Kano. Where they carry it from? From Kano. Got them from Kano to Abuja. Where's their parents? Their parents now go they cry. Nobody see them. All these are kids. 10 years old. How old are you? And the best condition. 14 years. All of them are less than 17 years old. It's crazy. It's crazy.
I'm really not happy. When I saw this video that's been trending online about these little children that have been kept in the police custody for 93 days. Yes, 93 days. That is what they have been in the police custody. A 10-year-old child has been in the police custody for 93 days in Nigeria. Then you may ask yourself, why? Why were they kept in the police station? They were charged for treason. Yes, for flying Russian flag in Nigeria during the bad governance protest that was held.
Lacking the basic need of man, which is food, and whose responsibility is it to provide food for the population? It is the government. And when the government can't do the job, the people are expected to do what? To die without protesting or just take it like that? They are remanding children to prison where they will be exposed to radicalism, where they will be exposed to something they don't know about. How can this be happening in 2024 and no one is talking about it? They are pretending as if children have not been in detention for the past 3 months. And why did they detain them for 3 months in the first place? They were supposed to charge them to court less than 24 or 48 hours after arrest.
The government said they are flying Russian flag. And so it is an offense of being charged for treason.
While we were in court this morning, and shortly before the plea of the defendants, mainly underage children, could be taken. Some of them who were looking quite malnourished, who were looking quite very sick, started snapping in court before the Honorable Justice Egwatu. Justice Egwatu, upon seeing the fainting of these young persons of school age, had to had to stand down proceedings abruptly. We had to rush some of these young children to the clinic within the facility of the court for them to be resuscitated. Some of them are still receiving treatment as I speak to you in the clinic. This young persons has been arrested since the 2nd day of August 2024. Over 3 months. They've been left without clothing, without housing, without proper care. They are looking very malnourished. As you can see the videos that are flying around social media. They were kept at the Kuje Correctional Center and at the IRT, the notorious IRT at SAS Abattoir. IRT now, that is where they are. At SAS Abattoir. Now, this is the facility that has held our young children who should.
Now, I want to give you some facts. These children you see, most of them, if not all of them, are arrested from the northern part of Nigeria. And in the northern part of Nigeria, almost the education there is as much as dead. The children don't go to school. They prefer farming. And so, even the adults don't know what is treason. Talk more of the little ones.
Fellow Nigerians, look at the bail conditions that have been set for this government are currently holding in detention. They said each of those naira each, 2 shorties each. Each one should be a civil servant and the other one should be a family member, i.e. parent or siblings. The civil servant should produce employment letter, last promotion letter, 2 passport and valid ID of any means. Postal home, while adult suspects are to be remanded at Kuje. Now 10 million naira, will they protest? Need I remind the Nigerian government that the reason why people protested is because of the hardship of the country. And the fact that the Tinubu administration were not even doing anything in their power to at least remove us out of our suffering. Also, need I to remind you people that, again, there's no video anywhere where they flew any flag. The last time I checked, now adult I see with flags. Do you understand? Now adults I see with flag, meaning say all the elderly ones they do. They don't know any better. You educate them, you teach them. Mind you, Kano is one of the states that have the worst education in Nigeria. One of the worst education in Nigeria is in Kano. All the northern states. All the northern states. Worst education. No school. They are being affected by terrorism and a lot of things that is hindering those kids from going to school. So they don't even know any better. So to think, okay, yes, you are alleging them that they flew a flag, you should educate them, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's government. Please, I sat down with them this morning when I woke up. I was like, wait, what is going on? They were sitting down exactly close to the pool. That is where they slept. See, the other one don't dry, and bone don't dry finish.
Sometimes this is one of the most, frequent questions I ask God. How did I see myself? How did I come about in this concussion that is called a country? How? For those of you living in Europe, please tell me, do such things happen? Does it happen? Do such things happen? Do they arrest little children and put them in prison there? Maybe I'm maybe I'm overthinking, or maybe I'm not in my senses. But please drop your comment on the comment section. For those of you living in Europe, do such things happen?
The judge should be very ashamed of himself for trying to play to their tune. How can he remand children, minors, to prison? This is a worse crime than whatever they might have done, because that action alone is exposing the children to criminals. in Nigeria, they hold everyone together. They hold convicted criminals and people that are only remanded, awaiting trials. They hold them in the same prison, in the same compound. Governance isn't hard. Action equals reaction. If they were doing the right thing, no one would bother about protesting. They will be busy doing their jobs, earning their money, and living their lives. But here we are, people are not even protesting the way they are supposed to be protesting compared to what Nigerians have experienced in the past. If he were to be in opposition, he would have shut down this country like they did in 2012 during Goodluck Jonathan's administration. People that came out to protest that they are hungry, a judge is giving them bail of 10 million naira. Where are they going to get the money from? It's like a death sentence. It's like remanding them in prison forever because they will never be able to meet up with the 10 million naira bail. It's simply impossible. If they had 10 million naira, they wouldn't be out on the streets protesting. They will be managing their lives and praying for a better tomorrow, like many Nigerians are praying today. Not that they don't know that they should be out on the streets protesting, that things are very hard today for them, but they haven't yet summoned the courage. They haven't yet understood that no one is going to come out and help them, that they are the ones that will take their destiny by their hands. People already tried that in August. That's why these kids are paying the price today. If these people are empathetic, if they have human feelings, they wouldn't be suffering these kids. People that said that they are hungry and no one heard them, and they came out to protest and make sure that they are heard, at the end of the day, they were remanded in prison.
That being apart, another, sad part of the story is that one of the judges came out and said that these children are not children, that most of them are married and with kids. God.
These boys were arrested in Kaduna and Zaria. Imagine the level we find ourselves now. Do you know how much it costs us to be at this level of a democracy in this country? These young boys are trying to destabilize Nigeria using the Russian flags and other countries, calling on the military to remove our president. Is it fair to even remove the state governors that they don't want democracy again? If you don't like democracy, are we forcing you? You go back home and sit. Everybody is enjoying their fundamental rights. Nobody is abusing their rights. Everybody is enjoying free movement, and everything's are moving fine in the country. These boys only for no reason. They started protests, violent protests with the flags, foreign flags, Russian flags. Haba, is that what we want in this country? Don't mind the Defense Council. They will always say something to tarnish the name of Nigerian police. It's not true. In my own case, we filed charge against 43 defendants, and all of them were produced to the court today. All of them are adults. Forget about what they are telling you, that they are small children, this and that. Ask the Defense Council, do they truly know the suspect they're defending?
I want to understand something. The first set that were arraigned this morning, were granted
I am not in that first case. My case is the second case. My case is the suspect, the defendants there are 43. So don't ask me about any case.
Say a 10-year-old child is married and had kids. Yes, I know very sure that in the northern part of Nigeria, that the Hausas, they marry easily, unlike the Igbos that have to get to 28, 30, 35 before getting married. But not for a 10-year-old guy, a 10-year-old boy. Even if he does, most of them do it out of ignorance. Yes, most of them do it out of ignorance. And so you say because a 10-year-old child is married and have kids, therefore you have the right to keep him in prison. Our constitution said that any person that is not above 18 years is not an adult. And it forbids keeping children in prison. But This is what we are seeing today. And then I asked myself again, how did I see myself? How come, God, how come that I'm seeing myself in this mess called a country? How? If you listen to the video that I played, one of the lawyers was saying something. He said, there is no hope.
It's only this guy, the prosecutor, that usually find
There is no hope. This country, no hope.
There is no hope. There is no hope. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, right? And turn on your notification button so you get notified anytime I drop a video. Okay? Thank you and God bless you.